On Friday, we discussed a right-wing sovereign citizens terrorist attack on a Georgia courthouse. Terrorist Dennis Marks showed up with explosives, a bulletproof vest, and an arsenal. And thankfully, at the last second, he was taken out by a brave security guard just before he was able to kill a lot of people and take over the building. Well, just a few days later, on Sunday to be specific, we had another right-wing terrorist attack, this time in Nevada. Gerard and Amanda Miller shot and killed two police officers execution style as they ate pizza in a mall during lunch. So after they did that, they took off and shot a woman outside of a Walmart in the same shopping plaza. Eventually, they committed suicide. Quote, witnesses said the couple announced the shootings were the start of a revolution, and they draped the victims' bodies with the Don't Tread on Me flag that became a symbol for the Tea Party. So that was after they killed the cops. They took out the Don't Tread on Me flag and laid it over their body. Their social media postings also tell a very cryptic tale. They were apparently, quote, concerned over Benghazi, chemtrails, gun control laws, ironic to say the least, gun control laws, and the government's treatment of rancher Cliven Bundy. Gerard Miller's last Facebook post made Saturday hinted at their plans. He said, quote, the dawn of a new day, may all of our coming sacrifices be worth it. Gerard had posted a video online to his wife before he served some jail time in 2013. In the video, he said, quote, I'm going to miss your smile and your laugh and the way you can always bring a smile to my face. Eventually, no matter how crabby of a mood I'm in because of the New World Order and shit. Apparently, these two lunatics quit their jobs recently to go stand with Cliven Bundy. They actually were at the Bundy Ranch, and get this, man, they were kicked out of there because even for that insane crowd, they were too extreme. Apparently, they found out that these guys were felons, so they kicked them out. Some Facebook photos show Amanda Miller holding the books Shooter's Bible and Extreme Survival. So these guys, I mean, they're like, the end timers, doomsday preppers, far right-wing, extreme conspiracy theory kind of people. On June 2nd, Gerard posted, quote, we must prepare for war. We face an enemy that is not only well-funded, but who believe they fight for freedom and justice. To stop this oppression, I fear, can only be accomplished with bloodshed. So yet again, more and more signs that violence was going to happen. Talking about Obama, he said, quote, I see Obama's socialist agenda of anti-Second Amendment, pro-amnesty, Agenda 21 deindustrialization is in trouble. For those of you who don't know, Agenda 21 is this lunatic conspiracy theory. It was a 1992 non-binding, I repeat, non-binding UN agreement that said, how about we do sustainable development and we don't destroy everything in the environment? The conspiracy goes they're going to use that to do one world government and literally shove people into hobbit homes. They're going to take away your car, and they're going to make you live in smaller houses. Just an absolute lunatic conspiracy theory. Apparently, this guy bought into it and bought into the fact that he thought Obama is a socialist. He's a fan of Fox News, Alex Jones, and Rand Paul. Ironically, he thought that the California shooting was a conspiracy by the government to take away guns. Wow. That takes an extreme level of stupidity. So are you a conspiracy too? Did the government get in your head too, big guy? And by the way, Alex Jones is already out there now calling this a conspiracy. Saying, oh, this guy was a fan of mine and it's Obama and Zuckerberg. He said Obama and Zuckerberg from Facebook are behind this. Dude, give it a rest, man. It's amazing to me that Alex Jones doesn't stop for a second and think, well, maybe my rhetoric is actually feeding into some of this paranoia. Maybe I should just scale back a little bit on the revolution talk. Look, you can have whatever political opinions you want. And I know because I'm a political commentator myself. I'm not in favor of any kind of censorship. But just for yourself, you think maybe you should pull back on the revolution talk and on the violence and keep our guns because we're going to need to overthrow the government, man. Well, look at what this fucking results in. Now, apparently he thinks that along with thinking that the California shooter was a liberal, he said, quote, "So yet another liberal left-wing whack job goes on yet another fatal mass shooting spree just because he couldn't get laid, and that's the NRA's fault? Geez, it's no wonder liberalism is regarded as a mental disorder." Again, the irony is overwhelming. Here's a guy who did a mass shooting, killed police officers, killed an innocent woman, and they're talking about how liberalism is a mental disorder and don't blame the NRA and let us keep our guns. Well, look, we let you keep your guns. See what happened? The groups and individuals that he liked on Facebook are also telling he liked Operation American Spring. That was the goofy fucking protest where they said, we're going to get 10 million to 30 million people. You know how many showed up? A little over 100. I kid you not. The NRA he likes. The Heritage Foundation, a right-wing think tank he likes. He likes Ron Paul. Amanda Miller, she liked various paranormal groups, a group called Stop Amnesty and Drudge Report. And final thing I'll say here, yet again, what do I hear? What do I hear in the media? Fucking crickets about the term terrorism. Nobody is saying terrorism. Whenever it's a white guy who does something, who does a terrorist attack, it's a shooting. Oh, it's a mass shooting and it's a lone nut and there's nothing we could do to stop it, so everybody shut up and let's move along. When it's any Muslim who does any act of violence, oh my God, is it terrorism? Are they connected to the Taliban? Are they connected to Al-Qaeda? Are they connected to Hezbollah? Oh my God, we need to stop Muslims from coming into the country and going to our schools. Bob Beckel, the liberal on Fox News, literally said that. Literally said that after the Boston bombing. We need to stop all Muslims from coming into the country and going to our schools. Stop all Muslim immigration. Really? So should we stop all white guys from having guns now? I can't hear you. I can't hear you over the silence of your idiotic arguments. What's going on, man? What happened? Again, when it's a white guy, 32,000 people die in the U.S. from gun violence every single year. Yeah, they flip out when we propose universal background checks to try to stop former felons, which, by the way, that would have stopped this guy from getting guns, to try to stop people who have a mental disorder, people who might be schizophrenic or whatever the case is. When we try to stop them, they go, no, you can't do that. You're infringing on our freedoms. But when a Muslim does something, they say, oh, yeah, Fourth Amendment, take that away. No problem. Keep the Fourth Amendment. NSA can spy on us all they want. You can open up Guantanamo to fuck over the Constitution more and get rid of habeas corpus and due process. So whenever it's a Muslim that does an attack, all Muslims are guilty. Okay, and rip up the Constitution because we want to be protected and fuck the Constitution, it doesn't matter. But whenever a white guy does a terrorist attack, it's not a terrorist attack. It's a mass shooting, not a terrorist attack. He's a lone nut. It's not connected to any ideology, even though it literally is, okay? It's not connected to any ideology at all and can't even have a conversation about guns in any way, shape, or form at all. So Constitution is, you can't touch it ever, 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 ever. See, this is the double standard that pisses me off so much, man. Because terrorism is terrorism is terrorism. If you're doing terrorism for a right-wing ideology, if you're doing terrorism in the name of Christianity, and by the way, this guy was a white supremacist too. They found swastikas at his house, so he's a neo-Nazi. If you're doing terrorism for neo-Nazi purposes, for KKK purposes, for right-wing purposes, for eco-terrorism, if you're killing people in the name of eco-terrorism, and if you're doing jihad, Islamic terrorism, it's all bad if you're killing people. If you're killing people in the name of a political ends, the media should cover it. They should cover it, and they should give you context and perspective and facts, and they should give you the reality. But what always happens? Again, when it's a Muslim who does a terrorist attack, they cover it for 3 weeks, and they want to fucking invade Iran in 27 minutes, okay? But when it's a white guy who does a terrorist attack in the name of a right-wing ideology, don't even call it terrorism, cover it for a few minutes, move on, and shut the fuck up. This is 2 right-wing terrorist attacks within a 3-day period, okay? Never mind the other 3 or 4 that we covered on the show within the last year and a half, okay? 56% of the terrorism attacks in the U.S. From the 1990s until 2012, they were all right-wing terrorist attacks. 56% right-wing terrorist attacks. Okay? This is the number one terrorist threat we face in the country, and nobody else is going to tell you that. Why? Because it's politically correct to blame it all on Muslims, blame it all on Islam. Even a lot of smart people fall for that. Bill Maher being one of them. Oh, it's only the Muslims doing terrorism. Well, sure, you could say that. If you don't know what the definition of terrorism is, and if you don't realize that what this guy did right here makes him a terrorist. End of discussion.